Good evening. I would like to start off by thanking the people who have made this trip possible for the teens. First, I would like to thank Pastor for providing us with the opportunity to travel to Tennessee. I would also like to thank him for supporting us and reminding us that God's will can only be revealed to you if you have a tender heart and are truly open to do His will in your life. I would also like to thank my parents for allowing me to go and for providing the money for this trip. I want to thank Mrs. Bixler and Miss Patty for enduring all of the troubles we put them through during the course of this trip, like doing our laundry, getting socks for Kara, buying popsicles for all of the girls in our dorm, getting a lifetime supply of junk food, enduring our loud, obnoxious singing on the way back home, and dealing with us climbing over people and seats in the van while we were driving just to get food. We are truly grateful for your patience. Even though they are not here, I would like to thank Curtis for allowing us to stay at his place, and Allie for helping us out in every way she could. Lastly, we appreciate you all for keeping us in your prayers as we traveled there and back. Brother Jody Jenkins was our preacher during our week at Mount Moriah. Two messages that really spoke to my heart one was about choosing Barabbas or Jesus. There are four different Barabbases. There's Pilate's Barabbas, which is popularity, where you choose to do the things that win the favor of people rather than doing the will of God. Then there's Herod's Barabbas, which is pleasure, choosing things that satisfy you over doing the will of God. And then there's the ruler's Barabbas, which is pride, where people are too proud to submit to the will of God. Lastly, there's the crowd's Barabbas, which is persuasion. In this category, people are convinced to follow the crowd rather than God. I realized that pride was my Barabbas. I have grown up in a Christian home all of my life, and I have constant godly influences around me. Even though I have all of this, I go to a public school. I'm at school more than I am at home, and due to this, I'm constantly attacked by sin and the world. I had to be careful with knowing who I could talk to and who I should stay away from. Some days I thought it would be nice and so much easier if I was homeschooled or if I went to a Christian school. In my heart, I thought a lot of them didn't deserve to know God's love. This message spoke to my heart, though, because I was being prideful, thinking that they didn't deserve God's love, and I did. It's true that no one in my school deserves God's love, but neither do I. Neither do any of you, and neither does Pastor, because we're all sinners. He has an equal amount of love for every person in the world, let alone my school. Who am I to say that they don't deserve his love? Now I think of going to public school as a way of being a godly influence in my peers' lives, and to be a good witness. God does everything for a reason, and if he wants me to be a witness at my school, I will be willing to do exactly that. I want to be a strong influence for God, not only in school, but everywhere I go, even at home where I can be an influence to my brother. The other message that touched my heart was about finding God's will for marriage. The qualities of Rebecca was what each person should look for and have. They should be within the family of God. They should be faithful and dependable in duty. They should be pure. They should show respect. They should unselfishly serve others and have initiative. These are qualities that we should not only look for, but we should have in our lives. These qualities should be part of our character. Not only will we find the right person for our lives, but we can live for God and be drawn closer to God. Other than the messages that Brother Jody Jenkins preached for us there, we had a lot of fun at Mount Moriah. As Abby said, we made a lot of friends and we completely enjoyed ourselves. I went ziplining for the first time. It took me 10 minutes to get off the platform, and as you saw in the video, I was very scared, but I did it twice too. And this morning, Jason was talking about ping pong. Well, Abby had a very interesting experience with a ping pong table. We had two friends. One was Anita, and the other was Madison. And those two decided to sit on the ping pong table. And these ping pong tables in the game room, they're very flimsy. And so Abby, being a little devil, started tickling Anita. And Anita was moving and laughing and everything. And suddenly the ping pong table just toppled. And so Anita's neck was was stuck under the table. And Maddie's leg got stuck under the table, like all the way under the table. And so she had like a sprained ankle and knee, so all thanks to Abby. I'm just kidding, no, none of us. Yeah, me and Abby managed to save their lives, so it's all good. It's all good. But other than that, we had a lot of fun, and what else did we do? Kara enjoyed carpet ball, lots and lots of carpet ball. And then I went tubing for the first time too. There's lots of things that I did for the first time on this trip, and I enjoyed that. Kara would know. And we stayed at Curtis's house for one night, and that night we decided to play spoons. And when the Bixlers decide to play spoons, they are very violent. I was scared for my life. I lost the game. It wasn't Jackson who lost the game, like it says up there in the slideshow, but it was me who lost. And it's very scary. You have to be very careful. You might even need armor. Miss Patty bit Kara. That was quite unsightly. And then there were some issues in church too, because I started hiccuping during the evening service, and Abby was laughing her face off and not helping me, as usual. But other than that, we had such a great time, and we enjoyed ourselves, and we enjoyed the preaching and the singing and everything that we did there. And you could really see God's Spirit was working there in the lives of people. And me, Kara, and Abby, we were all inseparable with the friends that we made there, and we all cried, and we were very reluctant to leave, but we're very glad to be back here and to continue doing the will of God. Please pray that we all stay dedicated to the decisions we made, and that we will follow the path in which the Lord directs us.
Amen.